Now, KQ2 Sports with Chris Roush.
Matt Johnson's not going to want me to throw out there tonight. It's not going to be good, as you can clearly see. We're going to keep celebrating out here. Baseball, America's birthday. When people do evacuate, they're required to call in and let City Hall know that they are leaving town. The Missouri River is expected to crest below the 30-foot mark. Villanova or Kentucky?
Kentucky.
So you have Kentucky winning it? Mm-hmm. Put the money in and you're done. It's not just the St. Joe Mustangs enjoying it out here at Phil Welch Stadium. It's heavier than I thought it would be.
Congratulations. Kind of like a Mr. America type deal here.
Just about 9 hours from now, the first official practice of the Patrick Mahomes era. If you had Duke, go ahead and just, rip this thing up. The heading is all the way down to the dugouts here on the first and third base side. But the hope and the goal is to extend this further all the way down here. Until then,
it's a big
Maddie,
family affair.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
It's a big family affair. Group hug.
Maddie, we'll send it back to you. From this to that, and finally this.
A lot of hand turning, turning a lot of bats.
Ballpark, how many have you made so far out of your own business?
Oh, I've probably made between 400 and 500 bats so far.
What started off as a love for baseball.
Growing up, I always played baseball. Absolutely loved the game.
And Trevor Moss combined that love with a family passion for woodworking.
When I got my first wood bat, I actually went out to the garage and got a piece of sandpaper and started to sand down the handle.
It has turned into a business opportunity for Trevor Moss.
Truly considered it a hobby, and then it just became more serious over time.
So serious, his company Walk Off Wood Bat Company is partnering up with the St. Joseph Mustangs.
Johnny and I had kind of spoken about it before, not too seriously. But then this fall, I had spoken with him again about it.
And this time around, talks got real.
The effort and time that he puts into each bat was really amazing, and I wanted to make it work. Moss
and Mustangs manager Johnny Coy go back a long time, playing baseball together growing up, and they're once again on the same team. Out of his own garage, Moss makes every bat by hand.
From start to finish, I can get a bat done in about 2 days.
Come May 29th, Mustangs opening day. With the crack of the bat, Moss will know he's left his imprint on the game he loves.
To see these college players, top-tier college players, swinging bats I've turned here in my garage, it'll be pretty neat to see that happen.
Chris Roush, KQ2 Sports.
Lots of water, lots of mud.
Round-the-clock efforts, working to keep Craig safe from the flood.
We need to get people to safety. That's the most important thing, and then also to save the town.
Fast rising waters and early morning levee breaches, forcing Craig officials to issue a mandatory evacuation Tuesday. But many stayed, moving sand, bagging sand, creating levees, all to prevent disaster.
People, they're staying because they're helping try to save the town.
Water flowing in from the north as the Tarkio River levees fail.
Not knowing whether we're going to be able to stop it or not.
The town's faced flooding before.
2011, but we kept her out.
But this one's different.
Worse than back in 11 or 93.
Record crest along the Missouri River pushing water toward Craig from multiple directions. And by Tuesday evening, as water inches closer, help continues to arrive for the small town, all wanting to save the people and the community they cherish.
There just ain't no words to describe how we've come together to try to achieve to save this town.
Chris Roush, KQ2 News. People didn't used to think about it. They just knew they were supposed to stand for the national anthem. It was second nature. But with all the protests, it's created a divide. And for 16-year-old Brandon Lamb, the recent debate has caught Lamb's attention.
It all started when he was watching the news and saw on the news that there were NFL players that were not standing for the anthem. And it kind of got us in a conversation at home about what that means. He said, they should be standing. They can stand. And I said, well, so can you.
Brandon was diagnosed with cerebral palsy at a young age, and he's been confined to a wheelchair for most of his life.
He kind of sat there for a minute and he said, yeah, you're right, I can. And then after that, he just started practicing at home.
Seeing the actions of a professional athlete and his aunt showing him a photo of a man in the military standing in his own wheelchair, it inspired Lamb to stand for the anthem and the flag of his country. And he's been doing just that, standing, the last 3 weeks.
It's, respect, and that picture, encouraged me to do it. And so I think it's respectful because it's for the people that fight for our country and, risk their lives every day.
It's no surprise to Martin to see her nephew take this stand. And as for the national anthem moving forward, Brandon plans to stand every time.
He's an amazing kid all the way around. So it didn't surprise me that he was doing it. It was very touching. A lot of our friends who are military saw him, and they were the ones that were like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. What an amazing young man.
People that go in every day, like, fighting, should be, respected. So they have, pains and stuff like that. Like, some of them don't come back home the same. So I figured, why not, stand even though it hurts.
Well, the injury bug bit the #1 team in Division II basketball at the wrong time of the year last night in the Elite Eight, but Northwest Missouri State held on to play tonight in the Final Four. Joy Wittes returns the starting lineup in the Final Four round against St. Anselm. First half, Chris Paul from the Hawks takes control, drives to the cup to extend St. Anselm's lead to 4. He had 12 points in the first half. The reason for the deficit, Cats opened up 0 for 9 from 3 until Trevor Hudgens breaks out a 3, ties it up. He goes for 15 in the first half. Northwest leads 31-29 at the break in this one. Second half, more Hudgens. Drops another 3, 27 points from the redshirt freshman tonight. Northwest finding a rhythm. Later, Joey Wittes from 3 breaks Justin Pitt's single-season Northwest scoring mark with this one. And to cap it all off right here, Diego Bernard, the Lafayette graduate, slams it home. Northwest advances the national championship with a 76-53 victory. So with that dominating performance tonight, Northwest is heading back to the national title game for the second time in 3 years. Kick-a-Doo's Max Moore is live from Evansville, Indiana. Max, despite that slow start, Northwest does it again. It will be a year for Royals fans where they'll see the highs, they'll things get real exciting at some points, but then other times it will dawn on you this team is young and it's in the middle of a rebuild. Today you saw the good, and the bullpen, they almost blew it too. 2-hour rain delay, and finally, Royals opening day starter Brad Keller, the youngest opening day starter for KC since '73, taking on the White Sox for the 10th time on opening day. First batter of the game. Ball goes off Keller's glove, recovers for the out at first. He goes 7 strong, allowing just 2 hits. He gets the run support he needs also tonight. Bottom 4. Adalberto Mondesi on third. Alex Gordon takes this one high and deep to right. Just feet shy of a 2-run home run, but Mondesi comes down from third, and we have the first run of 2019. Bottom 6. Runners on the corner. Jorge Soler hits one through the left side, scores Whit Merrifield. 2-0 Kansas City. Then bottom 7 now. Merrifield on first with speed. Mondesi at the dish with more speed and pop. Knocks one to right center field. Merrifield scores. Mondesi with a second triple on the night. First time since Tony Pena Jr. in 2007 that a Royals player has done that on opening day. KC holds off a bullpen scare the ninth to win 5-3.